Hey YouTubers, got another good one. This is an auditor named Billy Buttcrack. What a name, right? He's a funny dude. He likes to have fun with cops when they don't know the law, so they like to jack with him. So here's his buddy too, Milton, Billy Buttcrack, and Milton. Let him have it.
You guys are impeding our investigation. Let's be real here. You're being naughty boys, and we're in charge here. We're the authority figures today, okay? I'm the investigator around here, and you're interfering with my investigation, sir. We're the authority figures here today.
If I can get IDs from both of you so I can verify who you are.
What is it with cops incessantly jonesing for our IDs?
If I can get some IDs so I can verify for who you two are.
I'm getting nervous though, sir.
Well, I understand it. The state of Missouri, if I ask for it, you need
Frank says that that's BS.
So it means you have to identify yourself. You have to identify
Yeah, but
Let's go back to IDs.
I mean, it is like they're in a perpetual state of withdrawals or something.
In Missouri, when you're talking to an officer, and if that officer requests your ID, by law, you have to give it to them, okay?
Oh.
We still have to have your ID so we can identify you.
So would you like to either give me your driver's license or some form of ID, or would you like to go to the sheriff's office and get fingerprinted?
Do you have ID or not?
Sir, I'm getting nervous.
And what's the best way to break a cop from this ID crack addiction?
Do you want to identify, or would you like to cuff up?
The answer may be more simple than you can possibly imagine. Enter Billy and Milton.
So you would know if there's a missing Chinese women's probably like in this location?
I would hope so. I got a call because they said there were two men walking around with cameras and binoculars and everything.
Well, guilty as charged. Frank sent us out here to do this investigation.
If I can get IDs from both of you so I can verify who you are.
But Frank told us not to, sir.
Well,
My neck and my bladder got hurt because when I went to Mexico with it, I didn't know the wrestling was real.
if I can get some IDs so I can verify for who you two are.
I'm getting nervous though, sir.
Well, I understand it. You work with me, I work with you. It's just a...
So we work together, is
Kinda.
what you're saying. Do you think we could become police in this town to patrol? Milton's getting puffed up, sir.
Okay. All right. I still need some ID though. State of Missouri, if I ask for it, you need.
Frank says that that's BS. Frank says we gotta be naughty and commit crimes though first, sir.
So it means you have to identify yourself, especially if law enforcement comes up. You have to identify.
Yeah, but we want to be boys in blue too.
Let's go back to IDs.
If he's hurt you, then do you think that he is actually going to tell you the truth then about IDs?
Yes.
No. In Missouri, when you're talking to an officer, and if that officer requests your ID, by law, you have to give it to him, okay?
Frank said that's BS, sir. He
No,
says
it's true. I
he
promise
says
you.
we have Fourth Amendment rights here, sir.
Right.
And he says you
We have-
can't just Gestapo stop
That's why
us.
we
He
have
says.
We still have to have your ID so we can identify you. It's either that or we take you to the station down the sheriff's department.
We're the investigators, sir. We can't have our investigation interfered
Right now,
with.
I'm investigating you. So would you like to either give me your driver's license or some form of ID, or would you like to go to the sheriff's office and get fingerprinted?
Where
We
you
have to
can-
provide ID without committing a crime.
Absolutely, because we're called here.
Oh, so we don't have Fourth Amendment here?
Do you have ID or not?
Sir, I'm getting nervous.
You want to turn around and cuff up?
Well, if you want a lawsuit,
Do you want to identify, or would you like to cuff up?
I'm taller than you. You have to listen to me.
Right.
I'm the authority figure. Okay?
You guys on any kind of medication or anything?
You're trying to throw us in a loony bin.
No.
That is propaganda.
That's what he wants to do.
You son of a gun. You think
Are you
you're
on any
sly?
kind of medications? Have you taken any kind of drugs?
Well, I'm smelling some alcohol from your breath. Have you been driving drunk, sir?
Do my eyes.
Let me see your pockets. I used to know a girl named Brooke. She was hot, but you're not hot or a girl.
Well, I don't identify as a girl. You're right.
Well, we could change that if you want.
Wait,
I do
I
know
identify
somebody.
as-
Today, we're going to set our sights on Mound City, Missouri. Population? Well, let's say it's barely enough to fit into a large circus tent. Just so happens that Flex Your Freedoms happen to be in Mound City. Flexing his freedoms, of course, outside of Nodaway Valley Bank. And of course, he's with Milton, his trusty sidekick. They're on a public sidewalk peacefully recording. Milton is sporting his camera, Coke bottle glasses, a cracked pipe, and because Frank nearly severed his spinal cord in an unfortunate Mexican wrestling accident, he's forced to wear a neck brace. And it's also best to keep in mind that you do have to be very careful how you speak to Milton, because he's easily puffed up.
Would you watch your mouth, tough guy?
Flex, also known as Billy, of course had to lock Grandma in the basement so he could break away to do this Missouri audit, and he's armed with his military-grade, high-powered Fisher-Price binoculars so he can more effectively conduct his investigation. And make no mistake, it is his investigation. He is the authority.
I'm the authority figure, okay?
Well, it wasn't long before two of those strung-out badge circus clowns, looking for their next ID fix, meandered out of that extra-large circus tent. Watch Officer Leedy and Brooke try to intimidate these peaceful men out of their most basic rights.
We are going to find Miss Ming Ling today. That's Milton. NVB, North Vietnamese Bank. Ming Ling, we know you're inside this facility. For those wondering, Grandma's dumbass, I locked her up. Senior Citizen Center. Yep, Milton's getting pissed. He's getting puffed. He sees danger. Danger straight ahead. There must be some sort of accounting going on inside this bank. That's abnormal. Milton senses danger. Bowl cut.
That corner right there, I seen the upper thorax.
Yep, police is here. They already puffed Milton up, folks. Milton is already puffed. It's the police.
Hi.
Oh, good morning, sir.
What's going on?
We're just investigating.
Investigating what?
We're looking for Miss Ming.
Miss who?
Miss Ming.
Miss Ming.
Yeah, Ming.
Okay. I'm not.
She's a Chinese.
Okay.
So we're trying to find out. We did get word she's at this bank.
Okay.
She's banking here. We need to verify the information.
Not aware
That's
of a miss-
Milton.
Okay.
That's my buddy Milton.
Well, I'm Officer Brooke with Mountain City Police Department.
Oh, good morning. They
Afternoon.
call me Billy.
Okay, Billy.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock somewhere is what they tell me.
It's almost 4 o'clock now.
Yeah,
So.
I was right.
Okay, and Miss Ming, do you have first name or anything?
Yeah, the first name is Ming.
Okay, what's her last name?
Ling, with the L instead of an M.
Are you sure it's Mountain City, Missouri?
I was told so, sir.
Okay, because there's
Is there another one?
Oh, Lordy.
Really?
4 or 5 Mountain Cities.
I don't like that, though.
Yeah, because there's Mountain City, Kansas, South Dakota. I want to say there's a Mountain City, Illinois. So there's several Mountain Cities, and I don't recognize that name. I've been here for over 20 years, and I know pretty much most people in town.
So you would know if there's a missing Chinese women's probably like in this
I
location?
would hope so. Somebody would report it by now, especially to the police department.
Okay. Do you think you could get us access inside
To
so we can investigate?
the bank?
Yeah.
Did you go in? Did
No,
you try to go in?
no, we just wanted to.
Okay.
We were just doing a perimeter check to see if Miss Ming Ling is potentially
I'll be honest
outside.
with you, I got a call because they said there were 2 men walking around with cameras and binoculars and everything.
Well, guilty as charged. That
Obviously,
was me.
yeah.
I won't lie to you. That was me.
Right?
You
yeah,
know,
that was kind of obvious when I pulled up. So.
Yeah, you just have to investigate.
Well,
That's
I
how
get
you
that.
get the facts. Because Frank sent us out here to do this investigation.
Frank who?
Frank P. Like pneumonia, the letter P.
Okay, you don't have a full last name?
I don't know what his full last name was. He says not to tell nobody.
Well, that's kind of odd if you're looking for a missing person and he tells you not to tell anybody.
Well, he sends us on missions, so we're
Okay.
just trying to get the facts, and
Right?
well, I'm just trying to find Miss Ming Ling, sir.
Okay.
I don't know. I thought she was here. I just wanted to inspect inside. If they would let me in, maybe like look at the vault area too. He says
I don't think
she's
they'll
probably
let you
back
into
there.
the vault area because that's kind of a
It's a secure.
Yeah.
A secure source. So
Right.
the vault is normally one of the most secure like zones in a bank. But we just need to we need to verify the information.
Okay.
Because if it's not verified, we won't know for sure.
Well, let's do this first. If I can get IDs from both of you so I can verify who you are,
But Frank told us not to, sir.
well, I have to. I'm sorry. That's part of our protocol.
I don't know if I even have my ID, sir.
I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay, Milton.
Well,
He just needs to tinkle, probably.
I understand that, but where are you going to go?
I don't know.
Because the closest bathroom would...
There's a toilet, probably.
Right.
I think there's some.
My neck and my bladder got hurt because when I went to Mexico with it, I didn't know the wrestling was real.
That's all right,
Oh,
Milton.
right.
It's not like here.
No.
Literally, it's real,
Yeah, that's
Okay.
because they wear masks.
but it's real.
It's real.
No, I know.
Well,
They
just
wear
like
masks.
the wrestling here is semi-real. It's very athletic.
So they have wrestling here.
Well, what you see on TV,
So that's here, probably. We could look
not
at it.
here.
Do you think he could just probably let us in, probably for 5 minutes?
Won't let you look on the bank their vault.
Just by the vault. We don't got to go like in the vault. Just by it.
So,
Do you think we
like
could
I
go?
said, if I can get some ID so I can verify for who you two are,
I'm getting
Then I
nervous
can-
though, sir.
well, I understand it. Then
Hey,
I
he's-
can work with you guys. How's that? You work with me, I work with you. It's just a
So we work together. Is
Kinda.
what you're saying. Do you think we could become police in this town to patrol?
Not really. You have to go through a lot of schooling for that.
Yeah, but
You
I
wanna
could
go
I
through a
could
lot
do
of
that.
schooling, that's fine.
I thought it was 6 weeks. We could do that. No
It's
problem.
more like 6 months.
Wow, that's
a
a
lot
lot of
more.
that's a lot of time.
Yeah, a lot more to it. Hey,
Time and temperature check. It was probably you say 4 p.m. and 72 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's a good day. It's a good day to be outside. Is all I'm saying. Is that another police
Yep, that's one of the deputy sheriffs.
deputy? Probably Deputy Douglas. I've met him before.
Nope, we don't have a deputy Douglas here.
Well, Milton's getting puffed up, sir.
Okay. All right, I still need some ID though.
But we're not supposed to do that, sir.
I need it.
Frank
In the
says
state of Missouri, if I ask for it, you need.
Frank
to give it
says
to
that
me.
that's BS.
That's not me.
Frank says we gotta be naughty and commit crimes though first, sir.
So,
We just can't be saying our names.
like, you already told me your names.
Yeah, I know. We just can't say no more though.
Okay, but I need.
He said
ID.
my jaw's
You
gonna
have
get
to
busted.
Identify yourself.
They call-
Especially if you're doing investigation, you have to.
Yeah, but I'm the lead investigator.
So means you have to identify yourself. Especially if law enforcement comes up, you have to identify.
Yeah, but we want to be boys in blue too. So
Well,
we
that's
want
fine.
to.
If
We
you
just
wanna
want to
do that,
become.
You gotta, like I said, you gotta go through all the training and stuff.
Yeah, but we'll get a waiver. You only need a waiver to get around certain
No.
things.
You gotta go through all the training. You have to get certified and all that, and then hired onto a department. So, but let's go back to IDs. I
Do
need
you
IDs,
have to,
please.
in training, do you have to learn about Constitution?
Yeah,
So like Fourth Amendment?
yeah.
Okay. Do you haven't been to that yet?
Oh yeah.
You puffed him up, sir. That's
Because they said in order to give ID, we have to commit.
Frank says
That's
that.
not entirely true.
Let me-
Well, Frank was the one that told us this, sir.
Who's Frank, sir?
Frank P.
Frank P. Who's that?
Well, a piece of garbage, if you ask me. But he was the one that sends us on missions to investigate.
Investigating.
We're just looking, sir.
He hurt
We're
you.
just looking for Miss Ming, is all.
So let me ask you this, okay? If you're saying Frank is a P,
Huh?
crap, and you're
Yeah, he's a piece of garbage.
okay, and he's hurt you, right?
My neck.
Your name's Milton.
Yeah, that's my buddy Milton.
Okay.
Frank
Well,
said it looked
if
like-
he's hurt you, then do you think that he is actually going to tell you the truth then about IDs?
Yes.
No,
No.
because
So Frank's a liar.
yes. So let me explain to you, and I'm sure that the officer has too. Okay.
Okay.
But in Missouri, when you're talking to an officer, and if that officer requests your ID, by law you have to give it to him. Okay.
Frank said that's BS, sir. He
No,
says
it's true. I
he
promise
says
you.
we have Fourth Amendment rights here,
Yeah.
sir.
Right.
And he says you
We're gonna
can't
have-
you can't just Gestapo stop
That's why
us.
we
He
have
not
says.
gonna stop or stop.
Because Trump.
Oh, we committed a crime then? I was unaware. I didn't know.
We're here for an investigation.
Yeah, but we're the investigators, sir.
Okay, you're investigators for something else. Okay.
Yes.
We're here investigating you guys.
So you're investigating the investigators?
Yes.
Why are we
You got
doing
a phone
this?
call.
Yeah, but I'm the lead investigator
You're
in
a
this.
suspicious person, looking into the bank for whatever reason.
No, I'm not suspicious. They call me Billy.
They call you Bill?
I'm the investigator around here, sir.
Okay.
So I just like to investigate. I like to collect different sized pebbles. I was looking at the rock formations. I was looking at the architecture. It looks good. And I was just seeing if Miss Ming Ling could be here, sir.
Ming Ling?
Yes, Ming.
They're
She's a Chinese woman.
We still have to have your ID so we can identify you. It's either that or we take you to the station down the sheriff's department. And then we fingerprint you. And then
You can't do that. I burnt my fingerprints off with a pan of oil.
Oh, you did?
Actually, I can see fingerprints from here.
I
Well,
can't see mine because I can't see nothing.
You can't see nothing?
Milton has eye
There's your actual
problems.
glasses?
They're the ones that he got for
Frank told
the.
me I could see more with these.
That's
The other ones
because
didn't
you
work.
can. They magnify.
Okay.
My other ones didn't work. These said,
I'm just saying, sir, we shouldn't be puffing Milton up. It's not good, and we're just trying to
What did you
investigate.
guys drive here?
Sir, we can't get into the details. Frank could have dropped us off. I can't be
Frank could have dropped you
snitching.
off?
I cannot be snitching. It makes me nervous.
question.
Sir.
What's my ID gonna do for you today?
Yeah, yeah.
What's it gonna do? Oh, that guy's on the sidewalk. He's looking for Ming. I need to know who he is. Oh no, that ain't how it works.
Yeah, you're puffing Milton up, sir.
Okay.
I mean, we
we'll
can't be
also
doing that.
identify you.
What do you
Yeah,
need that
you
for?
puffed him up.
Because how do I know you're actually Milton?
You know that guy's actually.
Look at his bowl cut, sir. No one else has a bowl cut around this part that I've
If I
seen.
yell Larry and that guy looks over here, how you gonna know he's really Larry?
You got to tase him. You got to pull him over. That's what I would do. I don't care. I mean, you do need to get the information one way or another. And
Right.
I just don't. I don't
Get the
like.
information one way or another.
Yeah, but we're the investigators, sir. We can't have our investigation interfered
Right now,
with.
I'm investigating you.
Yeah, but we're investigating first.
My investigation will probably trump yours.
Well, they say first the worst, second the best. So we are the best in business, sir.
So would you like to either give me your driver's license or some form of ID, or would you like to go to the sheriff's office and get fingerprinted?
I'm wearing my speed boots on today, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, but that one's on
Hey,
site.
Billy, is it?
They call me Billy, sir.
Okay, Billy, can I read you something real quick?
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is Missouri law, okay? In Missouri, law enforcement officers can require a driver to provide.
I can't read.
You can't
Yeah,
read.
his eye
You
sockets
go
are
ahead and read
good.
it.
In Missouri, law enforcement officers can require a driver's license to provide their identification and vehicle registration during a traffic stop or when they have reasonable suspicion of
A crime.
Criminal activity.
Criminal activity. What crime are we suspected of, sir?
Is this a traffic stop? I don't.
17th, 19th.
I didn't drive.
Make
man.
siren noises.
Listen, and additionally, RSMO section 302.181 requires driver's license to be carried and displayed upon demand.
Yeah, that's true.
So, with that, that means that even right now you should have a driver's license.
Hold on.
Or a non-driver's license.
But
First two criteria haven't been met yet, sir.
sir, that's Milton. He's smart.
I watched what is it?
That's a documentary.
Judge,
Judy.
and then
She does that all the
there's that
time.
criteria
Okay,
around
that's
it.
different. That's not
Yeah,
Missouri.
we're not pulling a traffic stop.
Right.
We're coming to
see,
identify two suspicious individuals, which gives us reasonable
What makes
suspicion.
But-
it suspicious?
Yeah,
Taking
sir.
pictures in
That's
public?
You guys
Milton.
are actually taking pictures of the bank.
I took pictures of the bank. I'll admit it.
Did you identify
Okay.
the Google picture
I'll
when
admit
you
it.
came around?
I took pictures.
Defendant said-
I've been taking pictures outside. I'll admit it. I did it.
Okay,
I did
but
it.
here's the deal.
No, they're
You still have to
Here's the
provide
deal.
ID.
Here's the deal.
Okay?
But sir,
It's either,
you gotta
only
pull
two
us
ways it's
over
gonna go.
legally. Yeah, or you gotta suspect us of a
It's
crime.
gonna be the easy way.
That's
to
what
start,
Frank
he's gonna say
says.
that next.
Don't say that, please, sir.
Sir?
You'll puff him up.
You come here.
You need to provide ID. Or
Do
you
we have to
can
provide ID without committing a crime?
Absolutely, because we're called here.
Oh, so we don't have Fourth
Pull you over there.
Amendment
Does that
here?
mean you gotta
Yeah,
identify everybody on the
yes.
sidewalk? No.
So how come our
No,
Fourth
no.
Amendment's getting stripped?
Violating your Fourth Amendment.
Because we're supposed to be secured in our persons and papers, which would be our ID.
Not just
And we
walking-
haven't committed a crime or got pulled over legally and
Walking
lawfully.
on the sidewalk taking pictures
So,
is not a crime.
We're investigators, sir. Just let us investigate,
Save
please.
yourselves. Save
You
yourselves.
know, you've already-
Fight immunity right now.
You've already puffed Milton up, and you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about Milton. I'm not worried about
No, that's the
You
problem.
gotta see the
Milton's.
other guy.
Yeah,
I'm not worried
that's
about him
Milton.
either.
Sir,
You don't
look
have
at
to
him.
anymore.
You're puffing him up. We cannot be doing this, okay? Just
we
let
don't
us,
have to be.
I mean, let us just continue this investigation on the public sidewalk
We are.
to be unmolested, you know? Molested is a bad word, because there's sex offenders on the loose, and we don't want to associate ourselves with that word. So we're just trying to gather the information, sir.
Do you have ID or not?
Sir, I'm getting nervous.
I'm asking you, do you have ID?
I'm getting nervous, though, sir.
Why?
I don't know. I'm shaking in my boots.
I don't think you are.
Huh?
I don't think you are.
Well, I almost am.
So, do you have ID or not? That's simple yes or no.
If you articulate a crime we committed, yes, I'll give it to you.
Okay, only on that.
All
All right. You want to turn around and cuff up?
Well, if you want a lawsuit,
Yeah, if you want a lawsuit.
You're refusing to identify yourself.
yeah, because we haven't committed a crime, or we didn't get pulled over lawfully. You can't go around and pull people over or come up to them if they're not committing a crime and demand ID. That's what the Gestapo used to do. Let me see papers.
The problem with your training is you guys learn all about force and nobody's rights, obviously.
Have we?
You pissed
You're trying
Milton
to
off.
violate my rights right now, and let me tell you.
You're puffing him up, sir. Don't be doing that. I've already said this, please.
Do you want to identify, or would you like to cuff up?
For what? If you articulate a
For not
crime
identifying.
for filming in public is a crime now?
For not identifying.
Would you like to lose your
Yeah.
qualified
Nothing
immunity?
to do with the filming at
You know
this
what a
point.
19? You know
You're-
what?
Now you guys refuse to identify.
You know what a 1983 lawsuit is? Look it up. You better do that before you go any further.
Yeah, you've been notified of our rights under the Fourth
And you're
Amendment
still
and the
willing to
First.
break
You
it.
pissed him
Double
off.
thinking about
I'm
it
just
now.
saying. You just ticked Milton off.
Yeah.
I would not have done that if I was you. I can't deal with him when he gets puffed up like that. It affects his health. He's like a puffer fish,
My
and
face
it's
is red.
not. Yeah. He actually did get his, and he didn't get sunburned. And he did that to him, sir. That was not acceptable. I mean, if you articulate a crime that we committed, or if you lawfully pulled us over, yeah, sure, I'll give ID. But you haven't done neither. And I'm the investigator around here, and you're interfering with my investigation, sir. I'm the best in business.
Okay.
I'm the investigator. They call me Billy. They call him Milton.
You've said that
That's my buddy.
times.
Yeah, but he's my buddy.
I understand that.
I'm getting hornets. Just sitting here. It's hot outside, you know.
You guys are actually impeding our investigation.
You are impeding our investigation, sir. We're the authority figures here
You're
today.
impeding my investigation by not identifying
If you-
me.
Yeah, but we have to commit a crime for your investigation to
That's
hold any
not
weight.
true. I got called here because of two.
It doesn't matter if you got
suspicious
called here.
individuals.
Suspicious individuals is not a crime. Trust me, sir. What if I went to law school for 7 years?
What's the statute?
7 years?
I
What's the
could've.
statute that you're gonna
I
ID?
just might have. I'm taller than you. You have to listen to me.
Right.
I'm the authority figure. Okay? I'm probably the tallest one out of these three. Out of these five.
I used to
3
be
plus
taller,
2
then
is
I got
5.
hurt.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens. And you get older and you start shrinking. So you need to tell me the truth, sir.
Are you on any, you guys on any kind of medication or anything?
You're trying to throw us in a loony bin.
No.
That is propaganda.
That's what he wants to do.
You son of a gun. You think
Are you
you're
on any
sly?
kind of medications? Have you taken any kind of drugs?
Well, I'm smelling some alcohol from your breath. Have you been driving drunk, sir?
Do my eyes
Let
look,
me see your pockets. Let me hold your
do
pocket.
my eyes look glassy?
Yeah, look at his eyes.
They're glassy.
They are. That's because you have goggles on, Milton. You guys are impeding our investigation. Let's be real here. You're being naughty boys, and we're in charge here. We're the authority figures today, okay? I used to know a girl named Brooke. She was hot, but you're not hot or a girl.
Well, I don't identify as a girl. You're right.
Well, we could change that if you want.
Wait,
I do know
identify
somebody.
as-
You're looking for a missing.
She's
meat
missing
leg.
to us.
He's the lead investigator.
You need to go back to Frank and make sure Frank has proper information.
Well,
Because
sir-
right now I don't think he does.
Well, let's be
And you're
real
in the
here.
wrong city and state.
You're a horrible
So, please.
investigator, so let's leave the investigating to me
Good luck
because you
with
suck
that.
at it.
You
Have
go.
fun.
You go watch some
Hope you don't-
constitutional
hope you
videos.
don't-
Yeah, you guys
I
are
just don't
dumb.
want you to lose your pension, sir.
The walk of nerd, he just puffed him up.
In the end, Milton did get puffed up. I mean, really puffed up. But maybe it's all for the best. Some people have a serious problem with community members wasting officers' time on unauthorized investigations. But not me, because if you think about it, neither Milton nor Billy asked these two officers to arrive on the scene, and they definitely didn't ask to be harassed and detained. Besides, isn't it better that these cops be temporarily and peacefully detained by members of the community? I mean, Brooke and Leedy and this other cop could have been out there breaking down doors, threatening drivers, tasing grandmas, shooting pets, or ending a loved one's life. So it's kind of a small price to pay that Milton and Billy had to sacrifice their time and well-being so that others may enjoy a little more freedom. Now, there's a lot I cut out of the original, so I'll leave the link to the full video.
So there you go. Billy Buttcrack and his sidekick Milton. Pretty hilarious. But they're trying to show the cops that they just can't do what they try to do. They leave little words out like articulate. They have to articulate a crime, okay, a specific crime, and they don't have that. And I hope they learned a lesson by this. It was quite funny. Billy Buttcrack goes around and he acts like grandma and has the lipstick on. I've seen him with peanut butter all over his face. It is hilarious. So, congratulations to those guys. Keep it up. Hopefully they'll learn something and go back to school and learn some Constitution. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Till next time. See you.